You know, those overalls, those bib overalls. And you used to give him chewing tobacco and a bottle of Kessler's. Huh?
And a bottle of Kessler's.
A bottle of Kessler's. And he would drink that right out of the bottle. Yeah.
So say it again, what did he get? Now this is your
And this is when I was a young boy. We'd always go up to the farm on Christmas, right? Christmas Day, we'd go to Mass early in the morning, and then we'd get up early, and then we'd come home and have breakfast, and then go to the farm, right? We always go to the farm, and when we get to the farm, we could play in the farm for a while, but then we came in for Christmas because we'd have Christmas dinner, you know, and then after Christmas dinner, which was lunchtime, after we got after that, then we could open our presents, right? And you guys always got Grandpa a pair of bib overalls. He always got some chewing tobacco, and you'd get a bottle of Kessler's, you know? So he'd have a little nip of Kessler's. We played poker afterwards.
Would you have some too?
Yeah. We get to have a little nip of Kessler's too. Yeah. He just kind of passed the bottle around and, you know, just a little nip of Kessler's.
Is that the first time you ever drank?
Yeah. Well, beer. We used to have a lot of beer. And then the other thing in the farm, we'd always play poker, and Grandpa would always kind of cheat a little bit.
Because he always wanted to win?
He always wanted to win. He was just having fun. But he would cheat just a little bit, you know. And he'd always smile about it.
And say like when you would do Josephine.
And then when we would be talking around the table, and when your dad, Grandpa, would get tired of the conversation, we'd say enough, he would always go, "I've heard enough, Josephine," right? "I've heard enough, Josephine," you know. You know, and then the conversation turned, right? And
why
we stopped about what we were going to talk about then.
So why would he do that? Because he didn't have fingers?
His two fingers were cut off right here. He got them cut off in the combine.
Wow.
So they were just stubs like that. So you'd always just see it like this. Whoa. Yeah, he got those cut off in the combine. No, an elevator in the chain. Just got cut off.
Wow.
I remember you girls saying, when Grandpa got his fingers cut off, he thought the end of the world was it just arrived. You know? Yeah.
I bet that was traumatic.
No, I'm sure for you. You got to work with your hands.
Yeah.
You know? And they were telling a story the other day that your dad was looking for boys, and he had you, Frida, Mary, right? He had Mary, and then Rita, 4 girls. And everybody used to kid him about not having any boys, right? Because he needed some help on the farm, right? And he didn't have any boys. But then he finally had some boys, right? It was it Alfred and then Ott? Or was Ott and then Alfred? No, it was Alfred and then Ott, right? Was Ott the baby?
Let's see. Alfred.
And then Ott. Yeah, Ott. So Ott was the baby.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was you, Frida, Mary, Rita, Alfred, and Ott. Right?
That's right.
So who was the hardest worker on the farm?
I guess it was me.
That was you. You were the hardest worker on the farm, huh?
And I would get the farm someday.
Yeah, you thought you were going to get the farm someday, huh? Didn't work out, huh?
Yes.
Didn't work out. But you used to plow the fields, didn't you?
Yes.
You used to help your dad plow the fields.
Yes.
Behind a horse, right? Huh? True?
Behind the horse.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was the
What
horse?
was the name? It used to be you'd have a single horse.
Yeah.
And you put that strap up around their necks, and then they would, hold that plow.
Yeah, and the horse didn't like bridges, remember?
Well, that was Colonel. That was a different horse.
Oh.
That was the horse that transported you.
Okay.
There were horses that did the plowing and the field work, and then there was the horse that provided the transportation. Do you remember Colonel, the horse? He used to get spooked at the bridge.
Yes.
And then your mother could hold him.
Yeah. And your mother would take you guys to church in the morning,
Yes.
And that horse would get spooked.
And then she sit there and hold back the furnace.
She put wood in the furnace?
And she put wood in the furnace.
Yeah.
And then cold.
And your mother was the best cook, wasn't she?
She was.
She was the best cook. She made good homemade donuts. Remember those homemade donuts?
Yes.
Huh? Remember those homemade donuts she used to make? She'd put them in the frying pan, and then put them in a bag, and put sugar in it, shake them up. Remember those? Those were the best.
That was probably made with lard too, wasn't
Oh,
it?
they were made in lard. That's why
Wow.
they tasted so well.
Yes.
And they weighed about 5 pounds each.
Did they?
You know, they were the best.
Yum.
They were good. Really, really good. Yeah.
I don't remember those.
You don't remember those donuts? You remember your mom though, don't you? What was her name?
The best.
The best. What was your mom's name?
Mom's name was Verona.
Veronica. You're right. It was Veronica. Veronica. And your dad's name was?
Frank.
Frank. Yeah.
What was it? What was
Frank-
his middle name? Frank what?
What was his middle name? I don't know. I just know Frank. Frank Beckman. Frank Beckman. Yeah, right. Frank and Veronica. Yeah. Let me see what else to remember about that. You know, Christmas Day we'd have a big sit around the kitchen table, right? It's a big kitchen table, and everybody would be there. Frida, Lee, Jan, Rita, John, Ott, Dorothy, Gary, John, and Teresa, all right? And then Alfred, Virginia, and Tim, right? They were all there. Everybody was there. And then you and Dad and Tom and myself and Mike. It was a big table. It was a big
All that on one page?
all that on one table.
One table?
One table. And Grandpa would always sit at the head of the table, wouldn't he? Talking like this. Talking like that. You know? He would always sit at the head of the table. Now, I don't remember too much of my grandma because she was already, you know, she died pretty early. I used to remember her, she had long, beautiful hair, combed that hair every night, 100 brushes. 100 brushes she would do every night. Yeah. And she died of rheumatoid arthritis, right? Yeah, she had rheumatoid arthritis. Yeah. And then let's see, who used to come to our house all the time? Father who?
Father Warner.
Father Warner. Father Warner Himmelbaum, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what did his dad do?
And his dad died.
I mean, his dad was a teacher, wasn't
Yes.
he? Teacher who?
Teacher Himmelgarden.
Teacher Himmelgarden, yeah. He taught you in school, right?
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
And what was the name of the church up there?
His church was
Immaculate Conception?
Immaculate Conception.
Conception, yeah. That was the church at Casella.
That's right.
And next to the church was a what?
The church that I
What was next to the church?
Oh, I was next to the school.
It was next to the school, and what was next to the school?